Hi everyone. So the weather, at least in the UK this spring, has been pretty unpredictable and quite a lot cooler than usual. So as we're potentially kind of at some point have a rapid increase in the temperature during the day when we're going to be running, I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about temperature acclimatization. So in a similar way to our body adapting to altitude, it takes some time for our body to adapt to the changes in temperature. Usually, particularly in the UK, kind of Northern Europe, these changes take place fairly slowly, and actually we don't get that much of a mix in temperatures. It's not like the desert where it can go from +50 to -10 in the course of a day. So we, I guess, are probably less well adapted to those bigger fluctuations in temperatures. It takes a few weeks as that temperature gradually rises for our body to adapt and make changes. So that's worth bearing in mind if we do suddenly get a day, as we've had recently, where the temperature is suddenly up by a good 10 degrees, your body is going to struggle a little bit more because it's not had that build up and that adaptation time. So the run is going to feel tougher, you're going to feel like you've got lower energy, your pace is going to drop, and that is fine. The training effect of that run is the same, it's just purely the impact of that temperature and the lack of acclimatization on your performance. What can you do to kind of help your body deal with temperature? The acclimatization, not a huge amount other than spending more time training when it's warmer, and gradually as that temperature increases as we move into the summer, your body just getting used to it. Other things we can do to help is making sure we're well hydrated before we go out and thinking about whether or not we need to take some water with us, particularly on medium to longer length runs. Our predominant cooling process as humans is sweating. We use a lot of water for that process. So, keeping hydrated and having some water with you is a really good plan if things are warmer. And also thinking about layering. I know certainly in the spring and in the autumn, I often get caught out wearing not enough on the colder days or too much on the warmer days. So if in doubt, start your run a little bit cooler and have layers that you can take off if things start getting a little bit too warm, so you can manage your own temperature a little bit. The other thing to bear in mind that factors into this acclimatization process a little bit is humidity. So when the air is really humid and moist, our evaporation of sweat cooling mechanism becomes less effective. So again, if it's a particularly humid day, even if it's not as warm, that will mean that we'll need to take on a bit more water and those runs will become a little bit slower as our body works really hard to dump all that heat that we've created in our muscles and make sure we maintain our core body temperature, which is really, really important for the functioning of our body. So I hope that makes sense, and here's to a few more sunny runs, but with a gradually increasing temperature week on week in future.